Welcome to day 4. Today we unwrap the gift of self-love. It is so important to talk about self-love, especially around this holiday of Christmas, the season of giving. There is so much talk and encouragement that we have about the importance of giving, serving, contributing, and how that really impacts and makes the world a better place. Whether you do this in your work or family, on a small scale or large scale, of course, giving is a key and serving is a key, right? Well, what I'm going to share with you today is a bit of a paradigm shift. That what is most important before the service you are providing, before the giving, before your kids, your partner, is you, your own self-love. So in the next few minutes, I will share why self-love needs to be the highest priority before anything and anyone else. And then a short process on how you can fill up your own self-love tank. So please bring a piece of paper or journal near you and a pen. You're going to need it for the process that will follow the 3 pearls that I will share on self-love. The first pearl to share right away that we're going to completely shatter a myth right away. Self-love is not selfish. We've been conditioned and programmed to believe that self-love is selfish, weak, or last on the list. I myself bought into this myth for decades, which is what led to so much burnout and depletion. So many patients that I see in the office put themselves last, doing everything for everyone and themselves last, only if there is time. But have you noticed what happens when you show up to the world serving others with an empty or depleted cup? Giving to others what you don't have much of. No wonder it feels stressful, burnout, and depleted, which is what brings me to the second pearl, is that you can only give to others what you truly have yourself first. That's authentic giving and serving. Think about it. Here I am with an empty or underfilled cup. How can I really give what I barely have? But if I first fill my cup to the point of overflow, then giving becomes the consequence of what is already spilled over. And that's why it feels easeful, loving, energizing. Giving what you already have in abundance. My girls know this. When they feel me getting tense, trying to be there for them, but feeling stressed, they say to me, "Mommy, you need to have some time for yourself." I mean, what is better? Me trying to give to my daughters from the energy of stress, depletion, and low energy? What are they receiving really when I do that? Versus me going to fill my cup first and then showing up to them with a full heart, love, energy, and my full compassionate, loving self. Okay, third pearl. Having settled this, the way that you put this into practice is that only you can give this to you. No one is going to say this to you. Hey, you should do this for yourself. Your coworkers won't say it. Your boss won't say it. Your work won't say that. Your partner and kids will not say it. You have to make space for it and create this practice to fill up your own love tank, which means you're going to have to do something different. And the way that you give to you is by listening to your heart, to what fills you up, not your mind, not based on what you have to do or should do, or what this or that person thinks you ought to do. But rather, it's what you feel like doing because this idea sounds so much fun, amazing, joyful, energizing because it's pulling you, because you want to, you desire to. It's I want to, not I have to. And that's how you know you're doing it right. There is no day that I don't do this for myself. What fills you up may be different than what fills me up. You just need to listen to your heart to feel that for yourself. To give you some examples, what I love to do, what fills my tank, includes me being in my own solitude, in my own stillness and space, in meditation when I'm present to all of me, to my truth and my vastness. I also love to walk or run in nature. I love journaling, reading books that are deep and inspirational. I love cacao ceremonies or all kinds of ceremonies, jacuzzi, dancing, creating, writing poetry. Do you notice that there is a key word here in common? Love. The way you fill you up is by choosing to experience something that you love, that you really want. So let's go ahead and do a short process for you to fill up on your own love tank. And what I invite you to do is to have a pen and paper near you, or your journal, because you're going to need it to write down some things a little bit later. And for now, I invite you to, I'm going to play some music, and I invite you to go ahead and create this space for yourself. And just go ahead and get comfortable, in a comfortable position. Because the way that we figure out what fills us up can only come from our heart. It's not going to come from our mind. The mind is going to always tell us what we have to do. It's going to pressure us into the inner and outer standards. What is right, what is appropriate. We're not interested in that right now, because that's not going to fill you up. That's going to just wipe you out more. So in this space, we are going to connect with our hearts, and we're going to feel into what is it that fills us up. So we need to come within, and for a few minutes detach from the external stuff, people, things, distractions, and really come inside yourself. So again, I invite you to come in your space within and go ahead and get comfortable in whatever feels good for you. There is no right or wrong position here. Whether you want to be lying down, sitting up, whatever feels good. And you close your eyes so you can really bring your gaze inward, attention and focus inside yourself. And for the next few minutes, we honor ourselves enough to listen to what it is that we really want. We make space for ourselves. We put ourselves first. So go ahead, and inviting you to just relax. Relax your mind and relax your body, relax your muscles, and just let go in this present moment in yourself, in this inner stillness, in a state of being where we meet ourselves. We are intentional here. We spend enough of our days serving others, doing things for others, trying to do what's right, following some standards. And right now we let go to what is within ourselves that is calling us, that feels good for us. So go ahead and connect to your breath. Feel yourself. Slow your breath down. Breathing in and breathing out. And how good it feels to just relax for a few minutes. And with every inhale, you allow yourself to more deeply relax. And with every exhale, you let go, letting go of any pressures that you put on yourself, that others put on you. And as you let go, you go ahead and really connect to your heart. Bring your attention and awareness to the space of your heart. You can touch your heart, feeling into this connection, this presence, this loving presence. And surrendering here, letting go into your heart. The heart is the source of what you love, the source of what lights you up, what brings life into you, the source of passion, aliveness, vitality, deep loving presence and consciousness. So go ahead and allow yourself to feel the loving presence and connection. And now, from this space and this connection, allow yourself to wonder, to receive from your heart. What is it that brings joy? What are some things that you really want to do, that make you happy, that is you for you? What is it that relaxes you, that enlivens you, that brings harmony into you? What is it that you can feel lights you up? What are those things that you haven't given to yourself? You haven't given yourself that permission to experience whatever those things are that bring you joy, that you're curious about. Those things that you've forgotten about or put away for later. You know, we just keep doing that. It's an old habit. Well, right now we are honoring, choosing my heart first, choosing my love first, choosing what I want. Allowing myself, giving myself permission right now to receive what I want, what I love. What are those things that light you up, that you really love, that you desire? Desire means from the stars. There's something divine about that, something beautiful about that, and that's what fills you up. So what are those things? Go ahead and let your heart pour it all to you. Maybe it's going into the nature, maybe it's dancing, maybe it's trying a cooking class, maybe it's going into the jacuzzi, maybe it's a good book, maybe it's just dolce far niente, as the Italian for the sweetness of doing nothing, just relaxing. What are those things that you love for yourself? Picking up that guitar, painting, trying something. We don't really know until we get curious. It's that curiosity that is pulling us to who we are, to what fills us up. And go ahead and just feel those things for yourself. Those things that make you happy, that bring you joy, that you've wanted to do for yourself, but just didn't get around to it. And I invite you to go ahead, open your eyes, and take that journal and write all these down. Write all these things down. Just keep it going. No analysis, no limitations, no questioning of how will that work out, when will I do that. No, just write it out. Make a list, all those things, they're there. It's in your heart. If it makes you happy, it's it. If it brings you joy, that's it. So just take a few seconds to do that. Please write down at least 5 things that you're curious about, that you'd like to try, that you love, that light you up, that brings delight, pleasure, that make you happy, just for you. And as you're writing these down, you can keep writing even later, but I invite you to look at this list that you've had so far and circle one. Circle one of those things. And do it today. That is you filling up your tank. You are doing something for yourself that you love, that you want, that make you happy. And do it for yourself. And commit to that. Commit to yourself. And then I invite you to get curious about how you're going to feel after you've done that for yourself. And go ahead, keep that list coming. I invite you to do something, which is every day, do something for yourself. Even if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour. That's how this works. Give to you first, fill you up. And once you're full, then you can serve and give from a place of love, of what you already have in abundance. Wishing you a beautiful day and excited to hear what perhaps has come up for you. And whatever it is, go do this for yourself. This is you receiving the gift from your heart. Wish you a beautiful day, and we will see you tomorrow for the last gift, which is the gift of abundance.